Guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel and another video. It feels so good to finally be back. I know it's been a while since I posted last. The reason for that was actually because my wife and I were building the house that I'm currently in. Got really busy, obviously trying to move everything in. We did a little bit of traveling after that, and when we came back, I unfortunately had a loss in the family. My family lives really far away, so I took some personal time to go reconnect with them, kind of get through a really hard time together. But nonetheless, everything has settled down. We are back. The Lincoln's back. As you may have seen in the last video, when I put the new wheels on, it was being sent off to get some basic body work done, such as like the floor panel and really basic body work that I'll get into detail with you guys. Other than that, what I'm going to be doing is taking off the windows, because the guys that are going to be doing the paint and like body work and everything, they wanted them off completely. So while they're off, I'm going to attempt to clean them and tint them. So make sure you guys are staying tuned for that. It's going to be really interesting. I've never tinted windows before, but I'm really excited to give it a try. It seems easy enough, but we'll see. It always, I guess it's never as easy as it seems, but other than that, I got some parts that came in. I'm really excited to share one of them with you guys. So stay tuned and let's get right into it. So first things first, I just want to show you guys the car real quick. As you can see, I got a donor trunk because the first one was a little beat up. So that's not sanded down or anything. It's actually off the hinges right now. It doesn't actually open like this. And the convertibles, they do, but this, like I mentioned, is just off the hinges. The rest of the car got sanded and got this epoxy sealer on it. As you guys saw, there was that patchwork that needed to be done under the driver's seat. That was done as well. I'll show you guys that real quick. What I'm going to have to do with that is put that sound dampener and thermal shield on. So I'm going to do that, clean up the inside a little bit just because it has been sitting. And then we're going to get to the dash that actually came back from Just Dashes. And then we're going to be taking off the windows. All right, guys, check this thing out. This just came back from Just Dashes. It's really pricey, but I love how it looks. I wanted to keep it as original as possible. So I kept the original air vents on here. As you can see, there's perforations, the original speakers behind there, but I'm going to be changing that when I do the sound system. But just wanted to give you guys a quick look of what the dash looks like now. So there is a little bit of an echo in here just because it is so empty. You guys saw that I put the thermal shield and sound dampener everywhere. As you guys can see, it's all nice and cleaned up. Just did a little vacuuming, wiped it down a little bit. I moved over to the passenger side just because I think it's going to be easier for you guys to see because the steering wheel isn't in the way. But to get these windows out, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. There's just two bolts up front, one over here and one in the back. And then on the back door, there's just one here and one there. I think the windows are just going to want to pop out right away, but let's see if we can get these things tinted. Alright guys, so as you saw, I was finally able to get these windows out. It was a little more tricky than I expected it to be. I initially removed the bolts that I told you about, but I also had to remove some of these that were holding the regulator in. That regulator and the track were just not letting that window come out, so I just basically removed everything. I'm just going to do the passenger side just to see if there's an easier way when I do the driver's side. But right now, let's go ahead and remove this passenger rear window and see if we can at least get this side tinted today. So one thing that I noticed on the front passenger side, to get one of the regulators out on the front, you actually have to work on the bolts underneath here. On the rear door, it seems like there's two right here, so let's go ahead and give that a shot and see if that's going to let it loose. As you guys might be able to tell, it is actually a couple days later. The reason I kind of stopped the other night was because it got dark on me really quick. I couldn't really see much and I was already struggling with this rear window. But it also dropped like 30 degrees on me, so I was not about to be working in that. We are back today. It's a beautiful day, so I'm just gonna try to finish up these windows. But I'm also really tired of this interior just kind of being half done, so we're just gonna clean up. I really want to be done with it completely. That way the car is gonna be ready to be painted and everything. We can just toss in the interior once that's all done. So what I'm gonna do is like take out the insulation and everything that's under the like steering column and all that, under the dash, and clean everything up. That way everything's done. There's a few more bits and pieces of like the trim right around the windows and doors. Take care of that. And on top of that, I'm also going to be cleaning out the engine bay. So I'll show you guys a little before and after of that. It's not too much work. It's actually in really good shape, but let's just hop right into it, get these windows out, clean the car up a little bit, get this interior done, and get it ready for the next step. Guys, real quick, I just want to show you the work that's been done on the interior. As you saw, we got a lot done. We got the little bits and pieces of the headliner out, took this back panel out where the speakers are, but the speakers themselves actually come out through the trunk, which we'll get to in a minute. Other than that, the guy that I might actually be doing the paint and body work with, he said that I'm not going to have to take out the windows, but I might go ahead and do that anyways, just because I want to get that motor out, the regulator, clean it up in there, everything, make it all look really good. Other than the headliner and that back panel, I also took out these straps that were on the pillar. That was kind of difficult just because the bolts were actually stripped a little bit, but I got that taken care of, no big deal. Other than that, I want to get your guys' opinion because I've never done any electrical work or wiring. Obviously, there's all that work that's under the dash by the steering wheel and everything. Let me know what you guys think I should do. Obviously, I want it full electric, all that. Want it cleaned up. I left everything now for a reference just so it's easier to do when I actually get to it, but let me know what you guys think and let's get to work on this trunk. So as you guys know, I got that donor trunk lid that's right here. I just popped that off really quickly. It was off the hinges anyways, but just kind of giving you guys a little bit of a preview of what we're working with. Really good condition. Obviously just going to pop everything out, clean it up a little bit, get that sound dampener in there, take out those speakers, but let's hop right into it. As you guys saw, all you really have to do is just take out those tiny little bolts on the back. I just went through the trunk, reached that. Once you do that, these are the screws actually coming through the other side. All you do is push them through and then the speaker should be falling right out. check it out, guys. It got a little bit windy, so I apologize if it's hard to hear me. Got everything cleared out, rolled out the sound dampener. Where the original spare tire was, I think that's where the tanks are gonna go whenever I put this thing on bags. That's kind of up for debate still, but I'm gonna get a custom liner made for this. In the meantime, let's go ahead and do this under the dashboard and the steering column. Guys, I think it is safe to say that we are finally done with the interior. Saw I finished up the trunk, got this area underneath the dash, underneath the steering column. Tuesday, exciting news. They're going to be picking up the car to get that bodywork and paint done. So next time you guys see it, it's going to look completely different. I'm going to stop into the shop a few times just so we can get some updates. Probably going to take a while. Promised you guys that I was going to upload some more videos. So I just want to kind of keep that going, give you guys a progression. I'm going to get an update on the interior, see how far that's come along. The guy that's doing the body work, I know that we said we were going to pop out the windows, but he said he's got a guy that's going to clean it up in there, make it all run real smooth. So I'm not even going to worry about that for now. As always, let me know what you guys think. I love hearing your comments and suggestions. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys next time.